Good morning, students. How are you doing today? Well, I'm really glad to hear that you're all doing great. Ready to start today's lesson? All right, then, let's get to it. Okay? So, because you're all 12th graders now, I believe that soon you will all graduate and pursue higher education or perhaps immediately work. Either way, someday in the future, I'm sure that all of you will look for a job so that you can keep surviving in this world. And when that time comes, either soon or a couple of years later, you will need an application letter, a job application letter that is. You will need to know how to write it because it is a way for you to get a job. Okay, and that is what we will be learning today. I will teach you all about job application letters. Okay, right. First, let us see its definition and also purpose. Okay, so basically, a job application letter is a letter that you, as a job seeker, writes to provide information on your skills and your experience. Basically, you have to promote or sell yourself to your employer or the person hiring you so that they are convinced that you are the suitable person to work in that position. Okay? And here is the generic structure of a job application letter. Okay, so this is the format or the generic structure. First, you have to list your personal information. So here we have the applicant's name. The applicant means the person who's looking for the job, and then the address, and also this is the street name, and also the city, which is in Maine, and this is the zip code. And then right after that, you have to write the date on which you write your application letter. And next, you have to write the employer's contact information. Okay, so this is usually located at the top of the application letter. And then right after that, you start with a salutation. So here, you address the usually human resource director. So they're the ones usually taking care of employees, hiring, firing people. So here you address them by their last name. And then right after that, uh, you start writing the opening paragraph. What do you write in the opening paragraph? Well, here you have to include information on why you're writing. Here you can see that the applicant said that she's writing, he or she is writing because he or she saw an ad from the company that is looking for a personal assistant. And it is also better if you mention where you found the job listing, for example, from a newspaper or from the company's website. That's usually possible. From social media nowadays, Instagram is also possible. And then mutual contact means if you actually got the vacancy the from someone close to you, or maybe someone that you know, or maybe even someone working from that company who is offering you perhaps a position. And then you conclude by briefly saying that you're an ideal candidate. So here you already start promoting, but just briefly and very concisely. So right after that, we move on to the body or the middle paragraph. Okay, so here in the body, you have to explain your qualifications, your skills. So qualifications here are divided into two, hard or technical skills, and also soft or interpersonal skills. The difference being that hard skills are usually just knowledge about something. For example, you can operate Microsoft Word, you can operate Photoshop. Now, those are hard skills. But for interpersonal skills, this 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 relates more to your personality, how you deal with people. For example, you are a diligent person. You learn things quickly. You're able to work in teams. So you have to mention all of those things in the paragraph, and don't forget to make it as interesting as possible, so that the employer is well interested in you. Describe what you have to offer. As I have told, it's better if you mention the skills that are actually relevant to the position that you're applying, and then use examples when possible. Okay. Okay, so right after that, so you have written yours. So you have greeted the HR, and then you have mentioned what your purpose in writing the application letter. You mentioned your skills, and now it's time to close everything up. You conclude it. You thank the employer's attention for reading your application letter, and usually people will also include information on uh, you include follow-up information. That's what they call. So you can attach your phone number, your email, whether you're ready and available for an interview. You can also put that here, so that the employer knows just how enthusiastic and how interested you are in the position that they're offering. And then right after the closing paragraph, there's the complimentary closing. This is usually best regards or sincerely. Just be sure to use a formal complimentary closing, not something like with love, something like that. Just best regards or sincerely would be nice. And then your name, and usually here in this blank space, people would provide a signature if they make a hard copy of the application letter. Okay? All right. So these are examples of an application letter, as you can see. So here we have the salutation. So people actually have quite a lot of different versions of how they make the application letter, but the usual format is what I have just explained earlier here. So you can see the personal information, and then also uh, how they start off with saying, okay, I'm applying for this position, stating their qualifications, and then last but not least, they close it with a follow up, and also a thank you. Okay, all right, so that's it for the explanation. And now um, let's review a little bit. Okay, so I will call your name, and just please try to answer. It's okay if you got it wrong, but I would really appreciate your effort in answering the question. Okay, so first, Intan, can you please tell me the purpose of a job application letter? Okay, yes, great job, Intan. Well said. Okay, a job application letter is basically something that can provide employers with information about you, your skills, and also media to promote yourself. Okay, now next, Anna, can you please mention three parts of an application letter, the structure that we need to include an application letter. So you can see the example here. Can you mention just three? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, correct. Okay, so you have mentioned salutation, which is right here. Uh-huh. And also the opening paragraph. And last is the complimentary closing. All right, great job. Okay, now last one. I would like to call Fanny. Okay, Fanny, can you please mention what kind of information or what do we have to write in the opening paragraph? Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you so much, Fanny. That is such a great answer. Okay, so let's go back here. Okay. So in the opening paragraph, we have to mention these. So mention what job we are applying for, where we found the job listing, if or maybe who we heard the job listing from, who offered us, and of course, lastly, close it by concluding why why you think you're an ideal candidate for the job. Okay, great job, everyone. All right, now to further your understanding, I have an exercise for you. Okay, all right, so I will just distribute it. Okay, so has everyone got the worksheet? Okay, students, well, now, uh, all you have to do is answer the question based on the application letter, and I will give you 10 minutes to do it, and then we will discuss the answers. Okay? All right, get working. Okay, students, the time is up, and now let's discuss the answers together, okay? So for the first one, who would like to answer? Ah, yes. Okay, Fania, go ahead. What's the answer for number one? Yes, you are correct. Thank you, Fania. So the letter is sent to Mr. Frank Peterson as supposedly the Human Resource Director. Okay? All right, so for the second one, Anna, could you please answer the question? Okay, correct, Anna. So, Lilis, or the applicant, is applying for a local branch manager. Okay, since that's the position she's applying for. Okay, so the next one. So for the next one, who would like to answer? Oh, okay. All right, Grace, go ahead. What's number three? Okay, yes. So the vacancy was advertised in a Java Post newspaper. Lilis found the vacancy from this newspaper. All right. Okay. So number four. Uh, can I please have Rossi answer number four? Okay. Uh huh. All right. Thank you, Rossi. That is correct. Okay. So what interpersonal skills does Lilis have? So she's able to work under a high pressure team environment where it is essential to be able to work closely with colleagues. Basically, she has good collaborative skills. Okay, so if any of you might answer good collaborative skills or good teamwork skills, that is also okay, right? Okay, thank you, Rosie. So now for number five, Leonie, I would like you to answer this question. Okay, thank you, Leonie. So, the technical skills. So, in number four, we talked about interpersonal skills or soft skills. But what about Lilis's hard skills or technical skills? Well, she developed time management tools for staffs using Access and Excel from Microsoft's Office suites. So, this is the real skills that she has. Okay, now for the next one, I would like Cecile to answer, please. Okay, Cecile, that is correct. Great job. So, what follow up information did she provide? Well, she suggested a time to meet or maybe for an interview, and also she also gave her email and phone number, or both of which are contact information. Okay, all right, so for this last one, it's a bit long because you have to state the generic structure, but I would I would like Fanny to answer, please. Okay, Fanny. Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Wow, you all have answered correctly. How amazing is that? Okay, so the generic structure from the application is like this. So there are numbers right beside it, and like what I have explained earlier. So after the personal information, there is information about the contact. There, number two is the employer's contact information, and then there's a salutation, opening paragraph, the middle one or the body, the closing complimentary closing, and also there's also a date too. Okay, class, so very well done. You all managed to answer the questions correctly. So now I have another activity for you, a more fun one actually, because you get to move around the classroom. First, I will distribute another job application letter, but please don't show it to your friends, okay? Please keep this to yourself, okay? So has everyone got the application letter? Okay, nice. So now, um, can you please you can check your application letter and please listen to me. All right. So this is what we're gonna do. As you can see on the application letter that you're currently holding, there are gaps. So there are missing parts. However, some of your friends might have the kind of information that you don't, and vice versa. Okay, so for example, if Anna knows information A but don't know information B, Fania might just know information B but don't know information A. So what I want you to do now is that you can go around the classroom, you can walk around and try to obtain the kind of information you need to complete your application letter. The rules are you cannot directly show your application letter to your friend. That won't be fun. So you can only ask them questions, and you can only ask and answer your friend's question. Okay, you can also use the questions that we have answered in our previous activity. They're proven to be useful to gain the information that you need. All right. So, does anyone have any questions? Anyone still confused? You may ask. It's okay. All right. So for this session, I will give you 15 minutes, and you may start now. Everyone, please go back to your seats because 15 minutes is up. Okay, please go back to your seats. All right. Okay. So everyone's seated. So now we're going to check the answers. Please switch your work with your desk mate. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So I will display the answers on the screen, and please check the answers. Okay. Please check your friend's answer. Yes. Okay. So here, on the first part of the letter, which is about the personal information. So the applicant's name is John Donaldson. He lives in 11 South Street, Harbor View, in Maine, and there's the postal code. And then after that, there comes the information about when this application is written, which is on January 23rd, 2014. Okay? All right. This one's fairly easy, I believe. Next is the information about the employer. So the employer is called George Sebastian from Prosper's Company, and this is the company's address. CA California, California. And then we move on to the salutation right here, because this is his last name. So Mr. Sebastian. Okay. All right. So um, here we know that John is applying for a programmer position with which vacancy was advertised in the Times Union. Okay, so to support his application letter and also as requested by the company, he enclosed the four documents: a completed job application, which is this one, certifications, resume, and three references. Okay, moving on. All right, so here, this is already the body, the middle paragraph. Okay, so here he stated that my strong technical experience, very competitive kind of a position. First, he stated his prior experiences. This is also included as a hard skill or technical skill. Successfully designing, developing, and supporting live use applications. And then I strive for continued excellence until customers. This is his soft skills. Okay, so if you uh, if there are those of you who might not get this information yet, maybe you're confused on how to ask the appropriate questions to actually get this information, Well, you can actually ask, uh, what prior experiences did he have, or what hard skills did he possess. And for this one, you can just ask, what soft skills does John have? Okay, and then so I guess so it gets a bit tricky in this part because there's quite a lot of information going on. I'm sure that from here, from the first part until the opening paragraph, you could handle it. You could still handle it well. You just have to ask when was it made, who is the employer, and where's the company's address, etc. And also, where was the a vacancy advertised, and what it's closed. And then here also a bachelor science degree in computer programming. You can ask, what degree does he possess? Okay. All right. So here is for the middle part. And then next, the closing. Please see my resume for additional. This one, I can be reached anytime. This is the contact information. Though you could have asked your friends. What contact information did he provide? You know, or his email. What was his email address? Or what's his cell phone number? Okay, and then here is the also part of the closing. And then last but not least is complimentary closing. And also here, his name is the applicant's name is restated. Okay. Okay, everyone. So very well done. Nice job. You have all done well today, and I hope that the little activity gets you moving, gets you more energized, even though it was short. Okay, so I hope that you learned a lot today, and to test that, let's do a little review of what we've learned today. So first, can anyone please mention to me what are the generic structure of a job application letter? Hmm. Okay, yes, there's a closing paragraph. Okay, wait. Why don't we start from the very top? What's at the top? Personal information, yes. And then next is the date, yes. Right after that, there's the employer's information. Good job. And then salutation followed with opening paragraph. All right, and there's the middle part, body, yes, and then closing paragraph. And what's the last one? Complimentary closing, yes. And also, don't forget the signature if the application letter is hard printed. Okay, all right, great job. Okay, again, last question. Can anyone can you mention the information that we can so you've mentioned the generic structure. Now can you please mention what information we can find in an application letter? Okay, yes, the applicant's name. Hmm. The company, oh yeah, the HR manager's name, nice. And also the qualifications of the applicant, yes, hard skill, soft skill, yeah, those are both uh, info, included in the qualification. And okay, what else? Ah, yes, where the vacancy was found. Okay, all right. Well, it seems that you have all learned something new today, and I'm very glad for that. Unfortunately, I have to go now, but don't worry. I will see you all next week. Okay, thank you so much, and bye bye.